Hello, Tauros fans, and welcome to the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. I'm Presley Davis with Ken Oda, and we are here in Watford City, where the Tauros have rebranded to the Watford Warthogs this weekend. So with that being said, the Warthogs are getting ready to face the Minnesota Mallards. Now, last weekend, the Tauros split the weekend with Aberdeen Wings and are looking to set themselves up for a sweep this weekend. Now, Ken, what were your takeaways from last weekend's games?
I thought Friday's effort was really good from the Tauros. Saturday's was as well, but again, the lesson the Tauros need to take away is just a few mistakes can cost you a game. So as the Tauros push for playoff position here down the stretch, they've got a key stretch here. Mallards, followed by Watertown and North Iowa, the two teams the Tauros are chasing. And then the Mallards again. If the Tauros are going to make a push for the playoffs, this next 4-weekend stretch is when they have to do it.
All right, fans, well, let's take a look back at last weekend's action where the Wings and Tauros split the weekend. Saturday, Briggs Canott got a goal to put the Tauros on the scoreboard. Wings were up 2-0 on the Tauros before Briggs was able to put that one in to bring the Tauros within one. Ivan Sidorov and Luca Ori got the assists on that one. And then Luca Ori got a goal for the Tauros and sent the Tauros into intermission, tied with the Wings, and that came with just 2 seconds left in the period. And, you know, Friday night, Luca got that last 43 seconds left in the game. So I know you mentioned that he is just really looking for those last-second goals right now. And then assists from Briggs Canott and Riley Mullen, and Tauros ended the first period tied with the Wings 2-2. And then Mac Morelli, second period was all Wings, but Mac Morelli in that third period came in about halfway through and got a goal for the Tauros with assists coming from Jack Sworn and Jakob Habla. So the Tauros ended up splitting the weekend with the Wings, which wasn't worst-case scenario, but it wasn't the best-case scenario either. Last weekend was the start, like you said, of a crucial month for the Tauros, who are still trying to pick up points to sneak into those playoffs.
Tauros entered last weekend trailing this 4th seed by 7 points. They exit the weekend only out of the playoffs by 6 points. So overall, a positive result, but you do feel like you left something on the table by not getting the sweep.
Well, let's turn our attention back to tonight's game for our updated Noodles numbers brought to you by Noodles & Co. of Minot. So head-to-head, the Warthogs are 3-1 with the Mallards, and then goals a game, Minot currently has 2.93. Mallards are at 2.42, so, you know, it's been a minute since the Warthogs, have played a team with less goals a game. And then goals against, you're going to see a drastic difference there. Goals against for Minot is 3.85, while the Mallards have 4.55. Power play, 23.12% for the Tauros, while the Mallards are sitting at 15 and 22%. Penalty kills, 74.12, while the Mallards have 69.08. Penalty minute, 669 for the Warthogs. Mallards have 698 there.
Yeah, pretty close numbers overall. The big difference would be that power play percentage. Hopefully, you look at that Tauros power play percentage, which is, you know, among the top 15 in the league, 12th overall. You know, hopefully that could be the difference for the Tauros this weekend, given the Mallards' penalty kill has struggled.
All right, Tauros fans. Well, we're in for a fun one this weekend, so now it's time to get out your phones and open the Tauros mobile app for your chance to win prizes throughout tonight's game. The first one we have is the 4Bear Sportsbook over-unders. First one will be total combined penalty minutes set at 18.5. Now, you know, last time it did get a little chippy here in Watford City, so...
We saw Ty James' first ever fight, you know.
Yes. I'm going to take the under on this one for tonight, though.
I think given what this weekend means to the Tauros and to the Mallards, we haven't talked about it yet, but they have a new coaching staff. Players trying to make a good impression. You know, they're probably outside, not mathematically eliminated, but they are on the outside looking in for the playoff picture right now. These guys want to show that they belong in Minnesota, not just the rest of this season, but next year.
And then next we have total combined goals scored. That is set at 5.5. You know, I'm going back and forth on this one. What are you going to go with?
I'm going to take the over on this one. I think, again, I think the Tauros are going to come out and try and make a statement. I think they're going to push early. And, again, that's combined. So both teams, Tauros have struggled at times to keep the puck out of their net as well. So I think we could see a high-scoring game here tonight.
I think I'll agree with you and take the over on that one. And then finally we have total lead changes set at 1.5. I'm going to take the over on this one tonight.
Yeah, I'm expecting a bit of a seesaw affair, but you know what? Just for sake of argument, I'm going to take the under as well on this one. So, yeah, we'll see. That'll bring us to the McDonald's Tauros trivia question. What is the Tauros record for most points in a game by a single player? 4, 5, 6, or 7 points? Any idea?
I'm going to say 5 points.
All right, fans, you can get your guess in the Tauros Hockey mobile app, a chance to win a free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's.
All right, fans. Well, now it is time for our home key group keys to tonight's game. Ken, what is your key to tonight's game?
My key to tonight's game is that the Tauros need to adapt. Mallard's coming with a new head coach. It's in his first week on the job. It's a little reminiscent of when Cody Campbell joined the Tauros here in Watford before. That was a preseason game, though, and he met the team 2 hours before puck drop. A little different here, as Dennis Canfield has had the benefit of actually having a few practices with the team, but because of that, we don't know what to expect. Is this a different group that maybe has changed their systems? Are they going to do something different than they've done all year? We won't find out till puck drop, neither will the Tauros. So we'll have to see how the Tauros adapt to the new team that they're playing tonight.
My key to tonight's game is set the tone. A big thing the Tauros coaching staff has preached is the importance of those first 7 minutes of each period. Tauros need to come out and take control early, and they need to get pucks deep and avoid hiccups if possible. If each guy can come into tonight understanding their role and we see them work together as one unit, then they can pick up a much-needed point tonight. Well, now let's take a look at some players that'll be a key in tonight's game with our Minotauros Booster Club player to watch. I have selected Ivan Sidorov. He's coming off a 3-point weekend, and so far this season, he's tallied 6 points against the Mallards. Overall, he has 14 points in his last 10 games and is tied with Dane Ramirez for a team-leading 10 goals. He's had success on the power play as well in his last 10 games, so with the way he's been playing, I can see him being a big part of tonight's game.
For sure, and I was actually tempted to take Luca Ori, but I didn't want to take Ivan's line mate, so I'm going with my second choice, Trevor Stewart. He had a goal last Friday in the win for the Tauros. He's looked more and more comfortable in the cream and cardinal over the last few games. I really like the way he's playing with Mullen. The addition of Jakob Prusek also should help the Tauros defense, so I'm looking for Trevor Stewart to continue to play well as a Tauro.
All right, fans, well, that is going to do it for our Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. Send you out for one more break, and when we get back, it'll be time to take on the Mallards.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new ultimate trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzel, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
Coach, how many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Is someone in your life using opioids? Know the signs of an overdose: limp body, slow breathing, or vomiting. Step 1 is to call 911 and give them naloxone. It will reverse an overdose, so it can be used even if you're unsure whether they're overdosing or not. Request a free 2-dose naloxone kit now at hhs.nd.gov/opioids.
A better smile isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel. At Prestwich Orthodontics, we believe straight teeth lead to more than confidence. They lead to better health, higher quality of life, and a stronger you. From Invisalign to braces, our care is built around improving your life, not just your smile. Because when you feel good, you live better. Start your journey today at minotbraces.com.
Welcome back inside the Rough Riders Center here in Watford City, North Dakota. The Tauros have become the Watford Warthogs once again, and we are underway against the Minnesota Mallards. Tauros win the draw, dump it into the zone. Shuffled behind the net by Connor McKenzie, the starting goaltender for the Mallards. Mallards start up ice. Quick shot, sashayed off the glass by Anderson. Far side, Tauros play it out to neutral. Upended was Ori. Puck to the near side, played ahead, rolled deep into the Tauros zone. Picked up by Stewart. He'll hand off to Dane Ramirez. Dane chips around Watson, looks to chase it into the near side corner. Taken away by Wickland. His shot scoots wide. Pinched by Mullen on the far side, keeps it alive, but the pass was head high for Ramirez. Tauros chase behind the net, but it's gathered up by Roberts. Played to the near side. Mallards can't get out. Ramirez pressures on the far side against Davidson. Good keep at the blue line for a moment by Nemenko, but the Warthogs are forced out to neutral. Dumped in, it'll roll on net. Far side, Mallards escape the zone. De Laurentiis rings around to the near side for Honing. Down low, Jax Warren battling. The puck jammed to the near side. It'll be kept by Chrisman, whose shot is blocked. Out to the near side, Tauros jam it up the ice. Arm is up for icing. They wave it off at the last moment. Tauros pressuring. This is Foyles on the far side. Frees this up, tries to get it to the front and Rien, but it doesn't connect. Chip to the near side. Prusek keeps it, jams down the wall. Picked off by Chrisman, and he'll start up ice. He gets it back. That's an offside play, and the whistle goes. Several fans checking in on social. We'll get to you as time allows. We've got Tanya Shaw-Canero from Richardson. The Carbos checking in from the MSU game. Final home games of the year for the MSU Beavers. The Towbridges are home in Minot. Kim Bartel in Bozeman. Tauros offside at the line on that whistle, so we'll keep going through some of the check-ins. The Stewarts are down in Hotlanta, they say. I imagine everything feels hot by comparison to here, although a bit like summer here in Minot. Well, here in Minot, we're in Watford. Either way, in North Dakota, it's been in the 40s this week. It's been fantastic. Thompsons are in Destin, Florida. The Hyatts are here in Watford. Commenting on the scaffolding that I am calling this game from, and it is a bit wobbly, but certainly better than years past. Big hit by Ramirez on the far side. Morelli frees it up, plays to Mullen. Mullen's long shot is soaked up by McKenzie. Charles Wilburn checking in from Omaha. He's tuned in on NATV. The Seversons are aboard. Of course, realize we're covering both teams tonight. Mallard fans, feel free to check in as well. We'll be as kind as we can be through the evening. Offensive zone draw for the Warthogs. Habla falls down. Far side, it's jammed ahead. Mallards are out. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Good stick by Mullen. Ruins the whole process. The Mallards are forced to dump it in. Stewart on the near side. Throws a quick touch to Habla. It's poked off his stick. He's able to gather it. He falls down again. The feeling he'll be going right to Wheels on the bench. Far side, quick shot. That's blocked. Puck rings to the near. Shot blocked out front. Another try on the far side, and Davin Nichols tries to turn the Tauros up ice. He gives to Morelli, who flips it right in front of us. It'll land in the near corner. Bove back on it. Leaves to the near side, Watson. Watson chips along the boards to the near side, kept by Spadaro. His long shot is gloved and held. 4 whistles, 16:31 left to play. Here in period number 1, Mallards and Warthogs are scoreless. Draw will be to the right of Connor McKenzie. Mallards control. Puck moved to the near side, right under us. Eventually played ahead. Mallards gain the line on the far side. It's Spino. Near side, they'll dig along the boards. Eventually it rolls behind the Toro net. Dawson jams it to the far side. Ori able to chip out to neutral. It comes back to Ori on the far side. He gets around the defender. He's got Knott going to the front. The pass was tipped before connecting with Knott. Near side, Foyles keeps it in the zone, looks to dance in and dump it deep. McKenzie out of his net, plays the near side, is picked off by Knott. Tries to get it to the front, no one there. Prusek, shot blocked, comes back to him. He's looking for a lane, doesn't have one. Prusek has Knott backside. And he couldn't one time it. That allowed McKenzie to get over and make the stop. Offensive zone draw coming for the Tauros. Newest Toro, Joachim Prusek, acquired from Surrey of the BCHL. Tauros had his rights in the offseason. He started the year in the USHL, went to Surrey, where he played just 5 games, and then decided to come down to Minot. Looked good in his first shift. He's still out on the ice for the Tauros, wearing sweater number 5. Near side, he pinches down. Tauros jam it to the far side. Foyles has space. It evaporates quickly. He'll have to fight for it on the far wall. Rien wins the puck, plays down to Foyles. Foyles to the middle and Nolan. His shot's blocked. It'll be picked up instead by the Mallards. Thrown out on the near side. De Laurentiis hands off. Gordon into the zone. Gordon looking for the trailer. It's a defenseman. Long shot, gloved and held by Anderson for a whistle. Draw in the Toro zone. Draw in the Toro's end. They win it and flip out to neutral. Picked up by Wickland. He'll crisscross with Ramirez. Wickland tries a shot. It'll be gloved and held for yet another whistle. We've played 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Here in period number 1, Tauros, or I should say Warthogs and Mallards, still scoreless. More fans checking in on social. We've got the Seversons, the Brits, and the Kowitz family. The Kowitzes are at the Beaver game as well. Near side, Tauros control the draw. Mullen looks to walk in, finds space, a shot that was partially blocked. Nemenko bumped into the goaltender. They come to the near side. It's on the stick of Pierman. He plays ahead. Berg couldn't poke that away from Mullen. Mullen plays it up ice. It rolls out to neutral. Watson takes over there. Watson will dump it. Anderson out of his net to stop. Anderson not a lot of options, so he just throws to the near wall. Tauros quickly up ice. It's Wickland stepped into by Murphy, who forces the puck away and then hits Wickland hard along the end wall. Cody Campbell not thrilled with the extra hack at Wickland. Murphy back on it. Wickland following him to the corner. It's freed up for Morelli. Morelli, he's tied up by Watson, far corner. Mallards exit the zone. It's Pierman again. He sends this down ice. It ends up on net, so no icing. Near side, up the wall. Tauros gain the red line and roll it deep. Out of his net is McKenzie. McKenzie plays to the far side, taken away by Nichols. Dav has his pocket picked. It's Lucarelli wearing 19, not 14. I'm told the 14 jersey didn't make it on the bus. And there's a penalty called. I think the Tauros are going to the First Western Bank power play here. It's a rough. It is. Domina. To the box. Tauros to the power play. And we go down to Presley Davis.
Thanks, Ken. So we have officially 37 seconds until we enter that first 7 minutes. So we'll see how the Tauros are going to handle this, especially, how discipline will go throughout the rest of the game. So this will be a fun one to keep our eye on. But one big thing the coaches were stressing, like I said, was that first 7 minutes. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. Tauros didn't win the draw, but Wickland takes it back. Nope. They're going to call Wickland for the hook. So that will do it for the First Western Bank and Trust power play. Instead, we'll go Forest side. I cannot see how much time was left on the initial call. The downside to this neutral site venue is the scoreboard is on the same side as the press box, and I cannot read it. There are game clocks behind the net, but not penalty clocks. Based on the score sheet, the penalty's 6 seconds apart, so we'll have 1 minute 54 seconds of 4-on-4, followed by a brief Mallard penalty, of course, or power play, I should say, barring further penalty. Tauros start up ice. It's Ty James. He hands off to Sidorov. Sidorov dumps it out of play. That was just a touch over the glass. The draw will be to the... Oh, it was tipped. So the draw will be in the offensive zone for the Tauros. That would be why that puck ended up roughly high enough to be tracked by the local airport. This is Prusek down to Sidorov. Sidorov working off the wall, using his offhand to protect, then plays it down to the corner. He and Murphy will come together. Ori helps out. Ori to the middle. Prusek didn't quite get his stick on that. I'm not sure if it was a stick lift by Gordon or not. Puck bouncing at the Toro blue line. Ori ends up with it into the zone on the near side. Ori stepped into, looks to work it down the wall to James, but it's taken away. Ori guides back out to neutral. Ori winds it up and looks to attack on the near side. Cuts into the middle, has it poked free. Ramirez frees it right back up and plays it back to the near point. Stewart across. Cannot. Shot, save made, rebounding behind the net. Ramirez pressuring. Step up by Mullen. The puck got by him, but Berg couldn't settle it down either. Tauros regain the zone on the far side. It was Stewart. He's met and has it taken away by a pair of Mallards. This is Berg starting up ice. Berg chips it in. It'll roll on net. Anderson able to get the hungry hippo style cover. 11:59 left to go here in period number 1. Tauros and Mallards remain without a score. Myers family checking in from Ridley Park, Pennsylvania. Draw to the right of Anderson. Kicked back, it gets by Davidson at the point, and the Mallards settle it down. We are still 4-on-4 for a certain amount of time. Again, can't see the penalty clocks on this near wall. Warren hands off to the near side. Spadaro will chip it. McKenzie. Mallards come full strength. Tauros will do the same in now 1 second. And there's Wickland out of the box. Pass up the near side. Touched into the zone by Roberts. Anderson out of his net. Hands to Warren. Warren pokes to the far side. Davin Nichols. Dav back to Spadaro. Spadaro gains the red line and dumps it into the near side. Out of his net to stop it is McKenzie. He decides to let it roll. Habla over. He's pinned by Del Signor. And the puck is out to neutral. Prusek looking up ice, missed Habla, but the goaltender came out to play to wave off the icing. Puck to the near side. Tauros pressure there. Shot sticked up and out of play by McKenzie for a whistle. First game as head coach for Dennis Canfield. He's assisted by Alan Avery on the Mallard bench. .49 left to go here in period one. Still no score between the Warthogs and Mallards. Foils on the draw against Watala. Watala wins it back. Chip out to neutral. Gets by Warren. Gordon working against Dawson. Dawson wins the battle of the 11s. Puck rung to the near side. Pass to the far point. Another shot that's blocked by the Tauros. They've blocked a ton here early. Puck rolled out to neutral, just out of the reach of Rian. Support comes, and it's dumped in deep by Nolan. Nolan, after it, moves it back up the wall. Long shot, took a deflection, and missed high. Prusek pinches down the wall, gets help from Rian across the near side. Foils and Warren were right on top of each other. That miscommunication jammed up the Tauros offense, and now it's eventually gathered up by Cohen Honing. Near side, good read by Prusek, cuts that off. Has Ramirez, but the puck bounced over his stick. Ramirez tied up on the far wall. It gets poked by Foils. Ty James will retreat and retrieve. James up ice. Prusek kicks it into the zone. Clever play there. The pass was to the wrong side of his body. Left-handed shot was to his right side. He used the skate instead of trying to get a stick on it. Meanwhile, it's up ice. It'll roll on net where it's covered by Anderson. Media timeout. We will head out to break. When we come back. The rest of period one, Tauros and Mallards still scoreless.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts, and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
Welcome back in the Rough Riders Center here in Watford City, North Dakota. The Watford Warthogs, better known as the Minot Minotauros, control the draw on their own end. Scoreless here in period number one, 9.5 to play, as this is chipped out to neutral. Mallards take over there. They work backwards, picked up by Lucarelli. He leaves off far side. Murphy looking back for Lucarelli. Lucarelli throws it to the middle of the ice, broken up by Nemenko, who went down to a knee. Tauros control behind their own net. It's Stewart. Stewart carries out through neutral, knifes through the Mallards, then tried to chip it ahead, but it didn't connect with Wicklund. Taken back. Wicklund has room. Shot, it's in! Wicklund, clean 5-hole. Gives the Warthogs the early lead. .853 left to go here in period number one. And the Warthogs lead 1-0. More fans checking in on socials. We'll get to you as time allows. Next whistle, we'll have another look at Wicklund's goal. Speaking of Wicklund, his family checking in from Sweden. Tauros working down low. This is Ori. Spadaro across, gives to Dawson. Long shot, gloved and held by McKenzie. Let's get another look at that Wickland goal. He's going to like playing in this building. He had a hat trick here in the preseason. Trying to remember if he scored against the Mallards the first time we were out here. He did not. But he put up 3 against the Bobcats in the preseason here. Of course, that replay brought to you by our friends at McKenzie Health, who are also providing the trainer services for both teams here this weekend. As that puck got tipped on the way through, so no icing. Dawson back on it. Pass ahead on the far side, didn't connect with Ori. Picked up instead by Del Senor. He'll hand off to Accardi. Accardi tries the far side. His pass mishandled. Ty James takes over, plays it up ice. Ori driving the net. Shot kicked away. Rebound up off the glass. Glove down to the stick by Bove. He banks on the near side. Eventually gets out. Nice play by Prusek to keep that away. Eventually the Mallards settle it down. It's Spino. Spino forced deep by Nichols. Help from Ty James. Tauros trying to get that puck free. Prusek leaves it back to the far side. Mallards control up top. Murphy, a long shot. Save made. Follow-up try. That's stopped by Anderson as well. Not sure if we'll have a closer look at the starting goaltenders or not this evening. Kobe's off headset again, so he didn't hear me anyway. Production meeting on the air, Kobe. Are we going to have a closer look at the goaltending matchup? Near side, this is Foyles. Foyles trying to cut to the middle. Good read by Mullen. He gives it up. Shot. Save on the tip. And then Nolan's follow-up try gobbled up. We are not going to have the starting goaltending look, so instead, I'll just give you the numbers. They are a little outdated as we've played, 13 minutes and 26 seconds of hockey and seen a goal go in. But for the Mallards, it's Connor McKenzie, a 4.039 goals against average, 8.63 save percentage, and a 3.11-0 record. He was acquired from Kenai earlier in the season. In net for the Tauros, Chase Anderson. He is 1-3-1 as a Toro. 3.136 goals against average and a 9.04 save percentage since joining the Tauros from Newfoundland of the QMJHL. Puck thrown to the front. Nolan finds it first, hoists it down the ice, and it will go far enough for an icing. Icing is brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. Charles Wilburn, surprised to find out I was serious. It is actual scaffolding, yep. Not the most stable broadcast position I've had, but pretty good view. The Barnharts are watching in Minot. The Meckleys are at the MSU game. So that puck's thrown in front. Save made. It's underneath. And eventually the whistle goes. Ty Gordon's family watching from St. Albert, Alberta. Bruce Hoffert tuned in. Lindsay Elminger from home. The Lawrences are here in Watford. Sally B and the Chicago crew. And Larry King is aboard as well. Next whistle we'll hear from Presley Davis. Draw to the left of Anderson. Palindrome on the clock, 6:06 to play as the puck is dropped. Tauros throw that out of play. We will send it down to Presley Davis. Press.
Thanks, Ken. You know, I was speaking with Mallard's head coach, and he said that even though they had a short week between him coming in on a Monday and the team leaving for this series on Thursday, he felt that they had a good week of practice. And he said one of the first things he's establishing as the Mallard's head coach is structure within the team. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. Tip play doesn't go for Nemenko. And the Mallards throw that out to neutral. Yeah, not an easy task for Dennis Canfield, who takes over as head coach and general manager of the Mallards. So this is thrown up ice, offside play. Wickland with a good reverse hit, and on the touch, the whistle goes. Getting the worst of that collision was Michael Domina. But coming in the day after the roster freeze, so he can't make moves to try to build the roster the way he would like it. He has to cook with someone else's ingredients, but obviously the Mallards weren't having the success they wanted on the ice and decided to let a new voice come in and try and start building a culture for next season. Looking at their roster, a lot of 06s, 07s. So the move makes sense in that regard. Near side, Ty James. Gets help from Sidorov. Behind the net, Prusek. Far side, Ori. Ori gives back to Prusek. Prusek fights through a stick check. Second man able to take it away. It was Spino. Up ice. Into the Toro zone again. Toros come out with it. Prusek tries Ori. Ori met immediately. The puck freed up for De Laurentiis. He's pressured by Connaught. Not quite able to get there was Habla. Puck rolls into the offensive zone, and the Mallards eventually take it away. Hoeing leaves to the near side, right back to the middle of the ice for Smith Connect. He turns it over to Nichols. Puck chipped to the Toro end. Stewart on it there. Tries to chip up the wall. It hits a Mallard. Caroms to the corner. Stewart frees it up. Plays behind for Mullen. Mullen uses the glass to work that up the near side. Dumped in by Morelli. Delayed offside. Toros have to touch up. Now they can pursue. Bauer Murphy behind his own net. Throws to the near side. Off the glass and high up in the air. Glove down to the stick by Stewart. The Toros defenseman drives the net. First shot, second try doesn't go either for Nichols. Stewart got hooked, or they'll call it a slash on the way to the net. Toros go back to the First Western Bank power play. Headed to the box is Jackson Smith Connect. Near side. This will roll down to the Toro end. Toros will have to retreat and retrieve. Near side. Toros roll into the zone, but it's immediately taken away and sent all the way down the ice. Brian Spilvogel tuning in from New Hampshire. Kayla Dosh and Sam Walter from the UND game. The Davises are in Arlington, Texas. And the Toros are back into the offensive zone on the power play for, guessing, about a minute. This is Sidorov. Sidorov back to the point and Ty James. Ty comes near point, Stewart. Stewart back up top for Ty. His shot's blocked to the corner. Sidorov able to free it back up. Sidorov trying to come across for Stewart, but it's taken away. Glove down to the stick by Kuznier. Kuznier into the zone, watched by Ty James. Long shot gloved and held by Anderson for a whistle. .233 left to go here in period one. So there should be 33 plus 19 would be 52 seconds left on the power play. Draw to the left of Anderson. Into the corner it goes. Mullen holds for the Toros. He gives to Prusek. Prusek turns it over in the middle of the ice to Gordon. Steps into Gordon, though, and it's picked back up by Mullen. Mullen hands off. Morelli rolls it deep. Mullen met hard. Puck along to the near side. Tauros work it back to the point. Prusek gives it to Ori. Ori back to Prusek. Comes near side. Mullen. Mullen up top for Prusek. He'll trade places with Ori, then drop it down low to Morelli. Morelli back to Prusek. Across for Mullen. He couldn't connect on the one-timer. And Gordon swats the distance. 10 seconds left on the power play for the Tauros. Mullen will just back off. 98 seconds left here in period one. Last call to get your guesses in the Tauros over-unders in the Tauros Hockey mobile app. This is Owen Dawson. Briggs cannot headed to the bench after a big collision. He's headed down the tunnel. Far side, puck rolls into the Tauros zone. Dawson back on it. Leaves it for Spadaro. Spadaro up ice. Hands off near side, Ramirez. Dane. Bumped off along the end wall. Final minute of play, period number one, brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Mallards start up ice, trailing by one, thrown to the near side, Berg. Berg stepped into by Dawson. He gives to his defense partner, Spadaro. Spadaro turns off pressure and gives back to Dawson in the middle of the ice. Doss gains the red line, rolls it deep. Out of his net to stop is McKenzie. McKenzie plays back to the near side. Roberts played it behind the net. Foyles took it away. Foyles trying to keep it moving along the kick plate. Instead, it's taken away by Bauer Murphy. Hoeing falls down. Morelli steps up, but the puck moved to the near side. Murphy just punts this out to neutral. Habla gloves down to the stick. 13 seconds as Habla will ring this. McKenzie out of his net, plays to the far side. Murphy has trouble with Morelli, but the Tauros are going to run out of time as there's only 4 seconds. Long shot sails wide by Ty James. Tauros did get a chance there that I didn't think they would, but it missed wide and into the corner. We will hear from Presley Davis at ice level. She'll be with the goal scorer, Phil Wicklin. All right, let's go to Presley Davis down at ice level. She's with Phil Wicklin. Press.
Thanks, Ken. Yes, I'm joined with Phil. Now, Phil, walk us through that goal.
No, I got the puck from Damener, and I had a lot of time, but I saw Ivan driving to the net, and I just tried to put a far pad, and luckily it went in.
What are you wanting to see in this second period?
Maybe a bit more energy and making a couple more easier plays than trying to put it through a couple of guys.
All right, well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. We will send it out to commercial break when we come back. The Four Bears Casino Lodge Intermission Report after these messages here on the Watford Warthogs Network.
Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength?
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
A better smile isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel. At Prestwich Orthodontics, we believe straight teeth lead to more than confidence. They lead to better health, higher quality of life, and a stronger you. From Invisalign to braces, our care is built around improving your life, not just your smile. Because when you feel good, you live better. Start your journey today at minotbraces.com.
My family is what matters. Always has been. The family you choose. And the family you create. That's why I do it. Why I put on the uniform and serve. I do it to give them a future. Because no matter what I do, I always put my family first. So I can plan for their tomorrow by taking care of today.
A financial future worthy of your service.
Being Bison alumni, both Hunter and I know what's important.
Giving back to our community,
Supporting others,
and always being someone you can depend on.
like First Western always says.
You can bank on us.
People you know, teammates you trust.
First Western, you can bank on us.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to...
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Hello, Tauros fans. Welcome to the Four Bears Casino and Lodge intermission report. Although I say Tauros fans, I should be saying Warthogs fans. We are here in Watford City playing as the Warthogs this weekend. So obviously a super exciting place to be. It's packed in here tonight, which is super great to see. But let's go ahead and take a look back at that first period. Opening the scoring was Philip Vilken for the Warthogs, assisted by Dane Ramirez. We'll get to see that here. Just super impressive. And, you know, obviously, when we were in Watford City at the very beginning of the season, we saw an incredible game from Philip Vilken. So it seems that maybe the Watford City Rough Rider Center is his place. We did have some penalties, 2 called on the Minnesota Mallards and 1 on the Tauros. And it actually was Philip who got that penalty for hooking, came out of the box and scored just about 3 to 5 minutes, or I think it was 3 minutes later, but it says on here 5 minutes later. Then to take a look at some of the out-of-town scores, our setup is a little different here tonight, so bear with me.
We currently have Northeast Generals losing to the Maryland Black Bears 3-0. We have Kenai beating Janesville 3-2 at the end of the first. St. Cloud just scored their first goal against Bismarck, so they are currently leading 1-0 with about 5 minutes left to go in that first period. We have Aberdeen Gibber Cole, who did score their teddy bear goal last weekend when we were there scoring first. They are in Aberdeen playing the Shamrocks, and then tomorrow they will head to Watertown to play. They split those home games. We haven't started that Austin North Iowa game yet. Obviously, you know, taking a look at standings this weekend is huge, as every weekend is when it's getting closer to playoffs. We have Austin, who's basically secured their top playoff spot, and then Bismarck. But then looking down, you have Aberdeen and Watertown in those third and fourth spots, 8 points apart. But obviously, Watertown sitting at 42, North Iowa is sitting at 42, Tauros sitting at 36. So Tauros really need a sweep this weekend, and then obviously we need to see Aberdeen pull off both games against Watertown. And, you know, you hope to see Bismarck and Austin also winning to maintain those top 3 spots and let Tauros hopefully be able to sneak in to that top 4th spot for the playoffs. Obviously, you're never considered out till the very last second, so as far as the Tauros are pushing, it'll work. We are going to send it out to a quick break, and then we'll be back for some more updates.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Your plan speaks volumes when you're going to have a drink. Be intentional to ensure your safety and the safety of others by keeping just a few things in mind. The first is to look out for your friends and be the designated driver. Even if someone says they're fine doesn't mean they are. Second, incorporate water into your night. Ordering a glass can encourage your friends to take note. Third, be the person your friends trust and say no to the next round. And fourth, lend a hand when your friends have reached their limit. Your plan speaks volumes. Know your drink. Know your limit.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
which is
red
way
flag.
Weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
At First Command, our advisors are committed to coaching you towards a financial future worthy of your service. We're dedicated to coaching you from the start of your military career to retirement and beyond, at home or during deployment. For when things get tough and when times are good, let us show you how we honor what matters most to you. It's time to get started today.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzel, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
How many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
Hey Tauros fans, welcome back to the Four Bears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report. An updated score from Bismarck. It looks like Nick Snyder was able to score in it. From what I'm seeing, it looks like it might have been a power play goal just a minute and 49 seconds after Riley Fast got the goal for the Norsemen. You know, that's a big game, so definitely excited to see how that one turns out, especially with St. Cloud being right below Minot in the standings. Some social media updates for you guys. If you have not been following along, we obviously definitely encourage that. You have been seeing Sunday Sips and Mic'd Up Monday. Sunday Sips, we're going to get through all the players and finish that out, even if it goes a little past the end of the season, but definitely keep following along on those. You know, there's definitely some players you guys have not seen yet and should be very excited to see. Mic'd Up Monday, same thing. We've been, you know, loving getting to film that. You just saw Mac Morelli's upcoming, little spoiler, you will be seeing goalie Chase Anderson's. His is always super fun. You know, goalies have such a different routine during even just practice skates. Then you'll see Tuesday, Tape It Tuesday videos. Obviously, those have been doing super, super well. Howie's Hockey Tape actually just sent us some hats. So starting this week, you'll see new hats in them that Howie's sent us. So obviously, you know, super, super excited for that. I know I just said that twice, but excited to see that. And I know the boys were super excited to get the hats, myself included. Then obviously you've been seeing the alum interviews, which you'll get to see a little bit of one in 1 second. But I want to touch a little bit on the Olympic content. If you haven't tuned into All Access this week, Presley and I have been filming a lot of Olympic content with the players. They're competing on Nintendo Switch Winter Games. For each player on the team, teams of 4 get a $50 Qdoba gift card. So stakes to the boys are very, very high. Those go out on socials, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as a different part is shown on All Access, some different camera angles, different commentary. So if you want to check out both, if not, make sure you're following along. You won't see the next episode of that out until next week, just because obviously with game day, Valentine's Day, and then our weekly segments, we'll push that till the end of next week to go more through all the Olympics. But now I wanted to take time to show you guys my interview with Tyler Parks, a goalie who played for Minot from 2012 to 2013. Super, super nice to sit down with. So go ahead and take a look at that, and then we will be back for Puck Drop.
Yeah, so obviously my name's Tyler Parks. I played for the Tauros. I want to say it was the 2015 season. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe
I
a
think
little
so.
later. Yeah, it was a while ago. But I got traded there from the Springfield Junior Blues, and then ended up obviously my way in Minot. And we had a great coach when I was there. Marty Murray was there. He's in Brandon right now in the WHL. But he was a great coach. He kind of, I was in my last year, my 21-year-old year, and I wanted to play NCAA Division I hockey. You know, that was my goal. And when I got traded there, he told me, obviously they didn't have a good season before I got there. It was their first year in the league, and I think they were, won maybe 4 games or something like that. So I was a little hesitant. And then he said, just come here, we'll work hard, and I'll do everything I can do to help you. And he was great. He took me under his wing, kind of, had me over at his house, was just helping me, call Division I coaches and kind of just say what I had to offer, have them come take a look at me. And then I ended up committing to St. Lawrence University and was the first Tauros player to commit NCAA Division I.
Super, super exciting. Looking back at your time here with the Tauros, how would you say that jersey representation, carries over to your life now?
Yeah, I think obviously it was a big part of my career. I'm played 12 years. I'm in my 12th year professionally right now. I'm still playing. So I think, with that opportunity of playing Division I hockey that the Tauros gave me and developing in the North American Hockey League was great for my career. Obviously, I was able to play a lot of games and, be in some high pressure situations, and that just kind of helped me at the next level. And then, still to where I am today playing professionally.
Yeah, you touched on playing professionally. What has that been like, talking a little bit about how your experience here, transformed you and got you ready to not only go D1 and then go professionally?
Yeah, it's been crazy, kind of a whirlwind. I can't believe that, I'm still playing. It's crazy to think that I've played professionally that long. But like I said, though, I think, playing for the Tauros was a huge jumpstart in my career and just helping me, to be where I am today, just if I didn't play Division One, that wouldn't have helped me, get all the opportunities that I played. Where I played in the American Hockey League. I played all over the top leagues of Europe. I played some really good hockey.
Where would you say has been your favorite place, other than Minot, that you've played?
Yeah. I think in Tucson, Arizona, when I was with the Coyotes organization, it was great. I had a really good goalie coach there who kind of helped me, navigate the system. Obviously, being one step down from the NHL, it's high pressure. Everyone wants to make that leap to the NHL. So, you have to bring it every day. And I think, just being there and obviously the weather helps a little bit. so that was great. I think Tucson was a great spot for me.
My next question is, what would you say is the biggest, difference you've seen from playing here in the U.S. and then going across into Europe?
Yeah, obviously the U.S., you know what I mean? There's a lot of guys, like I said, being one step down from the NHL. And even when I was in the ECHL, obviously 2 steps, it's just competition, go hard, all the time. And same thing in the top leagues in Europe. Like, it's a lot of pressure, you know what I mean? You're really forced to win, right? So that's your job. You have to go over there and do your job. But I think the biggest difference, obviously in Europe, the ice is bigger with a wider sheet. So being a goalie, the angles are a little bit different. And, I think there's not as many trades in Europe as there is in the States. So that's something that, is kind of nice where, you have that core group of guys that you're going to be with most, primarily for the whole year. So it's nice to, can get to know where, in the States, like, guys are getting called up, sent down, it's kind of a revolving door. So I think that's the biggest difference. And, not as many games over here in Europe. Obviously in the States, you play more of an NHL type schedule. Here it's just usually Friday, Sunday, maybe the occasional weekend game, but it's still high pressure and really good hockey. A lot of guys with NHL games coming over here, and it's really good hockey.
What would you say is your favorite memory from Minot?
I think my favorite memory from Minot was playing in the playoffs. I just remember the crowd. I remember the fan base there. It's just, everyone comes to the games. It's just a good atmosphere, and everyone cares passionately about, the team. And there's a good sense of community in Minot, which is, makes it hard to beat and one of the best places to play in junior hockey. And I've been following along too, and they've been, a top team every year pretty much. So it's, that's a testament to, the fan base there and community and the coaching too. Yeah. And if you go out in the community too, a lot of people know who you are. You know what I mean? It's cool to see that fan base.
Then my last question is, do you have a message to the fans back in Minot?
Yeah, I just want to say, like I said earlier, like, thank you for all your support when I was there. I know it's such a great fan base, and, keep bringing it for these guys and generations to come too, because, I know the players don't take that lightly. They're very thankful for everyone who comes out and supports, and very thankful to, have that crazy atmosphere that they have in Minot. I know that helps, kind of your energy too, and the guys feed off that. So like I said, thank you guys for everything, and, keep being you guys, keep showing up for the players.
Well, thank you so much, for hopping on. Obviously, it was so cool to get to talk to you and, know you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. No worries at all. Thanks for having me.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
At Northwest Tire, we have tires for everyone. Needs tires that are reliable and safe to get her family where they need to be. Needs a tire that's heavy duty for all of his off-roading adventures. Needs tires that can get him from point A to point B. No matter what you drive or your budget,
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team. First Western, you can bank on us.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
The all-new Emergency Trauma Center, built with your reassurance in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Welcome back in the Rough Riders Center here in Watford City. The Warthogs and Mallards getting ready to start period number 2. So far, Phil Wickland's goal halfway through that period, the only one on the scoreboard. It was his 10th of the season, ties him for the team lead with Dane Ramirez and Ivan Sidorov. Tauros, or make that Warthogs now working from left to right on your computer screen or smart device. However you are tuned in to the Minotauros network, we're glad to have you aboard here on Friday night from Watford City as the Tauros look to pick up a Friday night win. Near side, Mallards look to escape the zone. Good stick by Knott, broke that up. Good to see Knott back on the ice. He left last period, and I don't recall him coming back after he went to the bench. Far side, Sidorov has it poked off his stick. He gathers it back in, throws to the near side. Awkward carom out of the corner. The pass back to the point was tipped before it could get to Mullen. Tauros will have to retreat and retrieve. 19:25 left to go here in period 1. Or 2, I should say. Near side, Nemenko banks out to neutral. Wickland tries to hit Ramirez, but it's cut off by the back-checking De Laurentiis. Big hit on the far side by Ramirez. On to Laurentiis, and the Tauros take over. Ramirez on his backhand tries. Follow-up, poked alertly down the ice, and Anderson out of his net, so it won't go for an icing. Stewart will gather it in. Stewart tries the far side. Dane Ramirez into the zone. Stewart, the defenseman, down deep, pokes along to the near side. Only Ty Gordon is there. Gordon throws it out to neutral. It'll roll all the way down to the hash marks in the Toro zone. Dane Ramirez with Hoeing on his back. Couldn't ring that. Mallard's able to take it away. Pass back to the point. Misses the intended target, Watson. He'll have to retreat and retrieve. It was Lucarelli trying to feed him. Near side, Reen takes a poke at it, but it's punched into the Toro zone. Nolan around to the near side. Toros can't clear, it's down low. Mullen pushed off the puck by Kuznier. Shot from the point is blocked. Near side, Kuznier. Couldn't hold on, and the Tauros get out. Rien hands to Foyles in the corner. Foyles pushed off the puck by Kuzner. Far side. Nolan couldn't free it up. Dumped in by Lucarelli. Dawson scoops in and takes it away instead. That apparently didn't leave the zone. This is an onside play. Spino and Warren come together. Foyles walled off by Roberts. Puck back to the point, near point. Shot by Del Senor is blocked to the far corner. Foyles uses the glass to bank it ahead. It doesn't get out from the point. Long shot, stick save. Rebound played to the near side wall. Rolled in behind the net. Warren wins the battle for the Warthogs. Chips it out to neutral. Rien had his stick lifted by Christman. The puck rolls into the Warthog end. Spino guides it to the near corner. Del Senor. He's pressured by Habla. Puck banked up the near side. They've got a man in behind the Toro defense. It's Bove. Shot. Save made with the blocker by Anderson. Puck to the near side, carried into the zone by Murphy. I know no one could hear this on the broadcast. Kobe's only talking to me, but Kobe, did you say we accidentally called 911? This one sent down the ice. Awkward Karam back out in front. Bierman. Sounds like we did accidentally, or just about accidentally, called 911 during the pregame show. That's what we get for using a phone for a camera, but, you know, it happens. Big collision at the blue line, puck taken away. Into the zone comes Smith Connect. Smith Connect, shot save made, and the rebound. Crashed into, loose in front. Anderson has a player's stick stuck in his pad. And he's still able to gobble up that shot. And now we've got pushing, shoving. Bo was at the side of the net. He's lost his helmet, lost his twig. Is all of this going to go without any penalty calls? Here's another look. Weird play at the side of the net. It was Bo's stick who got caught in Anderson's pad. Draw to the right of Anderson. Puck to the near side. Ori able to get out, but he's bumped down immediately by Gordon. Puck deep into the Toro zone. Far side. Sidorov couldn't poke it free. This would be a hand pass if the Toros touch. Eventually cannot able to get a stick on it. So the Toros can play. Unfortunately, it's taken away by the Mallards. Toros take it right back. It's up ice for Connaught. Chips to the middle for Sidorov. Trying to bank it off the goaltender. It didn't work. Excuse me. This is fed for Ori, whose shot is soaked up, and mercifully Presley Davis with a hit so I can mute myself and finish that cough.
Thanks, Ken. You know, I spoke with Mike Meredith. It's really nice to see Brooks Connaught back out there on the ice. He said this week in practice, he stood out to him and head coach Cody Campbell. He's with the puck was just really great this week, and he's always been a hard worker, but he was putting in extra hard work to this week, so he's really excited that he's back out there on the ice, and he's good to go. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. I can breathe again, which is certainly helpful for doing my job. Draws to the right of McKenzie. Mallards control. Pass to the near side. Domina into the zone. Shot save made. Rebound covered in a very late hack. Taken at the glove hand of Anderson by Domina as he went by, or maybe it was by Lucarelli. Anderson did not look particularly thrilled with getting the catching glove chopped Draw will be to his right. Tauros control. Ty James up the near wall, throws it out to middle. Wickland finds it. He's got Nemenko going to the front. Didn't quite connect. Not sure if Nemenko was trying to Forsberg that. Meanwhile, Dominant into the zone. Looks across. Shot save made. Rebound to the near wall. Picked up by Dominant and thrown on net, and somehow it went in. See if we have another look. Here's another look brought to you by our friends at McKenzie Health. Henderson makes the first save. The rebound comes to the near wall and just a turnaround shot. I think it may have deflected off the defenseman Prusek, who was stationed in front of the net. But we are even at aces. Morelli to the middle. It's broken up. Turning with it is Hojak, thrown on net, sticked to the near side by Anderson. Nichols feeds Spadaro, who hands to Morelli. Return feed to Morelli is broken up. Puck caroms deep into the Mallard zone. Near side, Dawson steps up, but the puck pops up and out of play. 13:48 left to go here in period 2, and we're all tied at 1. More fans checking in on social. Carly James is in Michigan. Smith Manic crew from home. The Bartels enjoying the game so far. Dave Van Lith hanging out at home, wishing he was here. Tokason's checking in from Magic City. And the Nelsons are in Minot. Near side, Mullins' pass takes Stewart out to neutral. Stewart throws up the wall, touched into the zone by Nolan. The Mallards are on it first. They'll punt out to neutral. Mullen has trouble with Berg, but eventually wins the battle and gives the puck to Stewart. Stewart tries the far side. That gets out to neutral. It'll roll all the way down to the Mallard end. Near side, Pierman. Has trouble on the near side. Mullen, touch play. What a stop by the Mallard goaltender, Connor McKenzie. Fancy play in the offensive zone for the Tauros. Got what looked like an undefended tip, but the goaltender able to get over. This is Ty James into the zone. James wide, carries down below the goal line. Looks up top. Prusek comes to the near side. Ori shot. Stopped by McKenzie. Sidorov tries to play it down low. Didn't connect with Ori. Near side, Connaught pressures. Ty James pinches, keeps it alive. Throws the puck to the far corner. Connaught trying to work it to the front. Gets help from Ori. Ori lost it to Gordon, and the puck punched down the length of the ice. They wave off icing. Ty James leaves for Prusek. Given to Connaught to the near side. Ori mishandles, and it's picked up by Murphy. Murphy pressured by Ori and Sidorov. Turns it over. Sidorov throws it deep and goes for a change. Connaught stays on to pressure. Puck thrown to the Toro change. Eventually picked up by Spadaro. Spadaro quickly up ice. Wickland touches it into the zone. Nemenko trying to free it up. Delivers a big hit. He did free it up for Wickland, who's forced him behind the net. Throws to the middle of the ice. It's cut off by the wrong-numbered Lucarelli. Toros keep it. Played to the near side. Nemenko down low for Wickland. Wickland trying to come out of the corner. Returns it to Nemenko, whose shot's blocked by the leg of Smith Connect. Picked up by Wickland in neutral. Banks to the near side. Ramirez Missed Nemenko. It was taken away by Murphy. He plays to the far side. Mallards looking to get out along that far wall. It's Lucarelli rolling it deep. Jax Warren got there first, throws it to the point. Kept there. Davison long shot. Blocker save. Rebound to the corner. Domina jams it to the front. It doesn't go for Kuznier. Behind the Toro net. Jam play. Doesn't go. Follow-up try. That one's gobbled up. Warren and Kuznier trade some bumps. Looks like it'll all fall under the boys will be boys rule. Draw will be to the left of Anderson. Habla will take it for the Tauros. He wins it cleanly to Morelli, who hoists it out to neutral. Davison backpedaling, hands off to his defense partner. It's thrown up the wall. Morelli chops it out in midair. Max scored in this building during a couple Warren Watford games over the years. This one sent down the ice. It will go for an icing. Offensive zone draw for the Tauros off the icing. Icing is brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. Draw will be to the right of McKenzie. Controlled by the Tauros. Punch back to the point. Prusek spins it to the near side and James. James taken to the wall. Help comes. Back to the point again. Ty James' shot is blocked. It caroms out to neutral. Prusek right back to James. James dumps it in. Morelli punches it behind the net, but it'll be picked up there by Davison. Davidson turns off pressure. Morelli applies more, and he frees this puck up on that far side, but Roberts stepped in and took it away. Sent down the ice. That goes for an icing. Roberts sitting on the bench holding court, but he'll be pulled back out onto the ice. 9:53 left to go here in period number 2. Sidorov will take the draw against Spino. Turning on the far side was Ori. Sidorov working down low. Puck punched up the wall. A pinching Stewart keeps it, but he's bumped off by Spino. Puck turned over to Knott. Looks to the middle. Ori, shot, save made, rebound. Picked up first by the Mallards. They play out on the far side. Roberts makes the decision to dump that in, and now this is Ori. Ori bumped as he hit the blue line. Puck turned over, thrown in front. It doesn't connect with Sidorov. He had De Laurentiis on his hip. Meanwhile, Mallards on the attack. Shot fought off by Anderson. Good keep at the line by Honing. Tauros take it back, though. Jammed ahead, not out. Long shot blocked. Mallards still possess. Del Senor turning on the far wall. Sidorov works ahead, 2-on-1 for the Tauros if they hurry. They don't, and then they mishandle the puck as well. Near side, it's up ice for Gordon. He chips it into the zone. Far side, long shot sails wide off the stick of Chrisman. Sent down the ice. Mallards from behind their net, throw it up the near side. Stick goes flying. Ramirez looking to drive the net, but a good stop by McKenzie. Jax Warren keeps at the blue line, looks across. Spadaro flips a shot, save made, rebound. Put in front, Tauros hack at it, can't get it to go. Spadaro for Warren. Warren's shot, save made, rebound to the near side. 8 minutes to play here in period 2. Now it's a 2-on-1 for the Mallards. Berg's the trigger man. Good recovery by Warren, breaks it up. Loose puck in front. Stick goes flying and whistle goes. As Anderson, all the way at the bottom of the far circle, dove on that puck. It'll be a hold. And the Tauros will go to the Papa John's PK. But first, a media timeout, which means it's time to hear from Presley Davis.
All right, I'm joined with Catherine and James. And now, Catherine, this is your first hockey game, and James, you've been here before. What brought you out to this game tonight?
Just wanting to have fun.
Are you both having fun right now?
Yes.
Yes. Favorite player on the team?
I forgot the name. 22 of Watford City.
What player? 24.
All right, well, we have some Watford City Warthog fans out here tonight. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. I'm trying to find you in the stands. You're like my own little Where Waldo game here. I can't find you. But we've got a Phil Wicklund fan and a Lucas Reen fan. Tauros to the Papa John's PK. Tauros PK 74.12%. That's 31st in the league. Mallards power play only 15.22%. That's 30th. They control right now, though. Up top, Bauer keeps it in despite pressure from Sidorov. Tip play doesn't go. A strong right leg from Anderson, the difference there. Bove behind the net. Plays the far side, Gordon. Gordon off the wall, looks to walk in, hands back to Bove. Bove. And Gordon, they'll work a cycle on that far side. Now they have Davison crashing down, but couldn't connect. Up top for Bauer. He'll look far side. Bove and Gordon play a two-man game eventually. Bove carries up to the blue line, gives to Gordon in the circle. Gordon looking across for Davison. It's in. Nice passing play on the power play for the Mallards, and they lead 2-1. We have our first lead change. Tauros will be hoping to change it back. Just good work on the power play for the Mallards. Didn't look like the 30th ranked power play in the league on that one, as they hit the defenseman crashing down to an open side. Not much Anderson could do to get across. Tauros control the draw on the restart. Into the zone, Morelli couldn't quite reach that. It lays on the blue line and eventually played by the Mallards into the Toro end. Dav back on that. Uses the glass, but it's over the head of Mullen. Jammed up the near side wall. Dumped right back into the Toro zone. Left to the near side, Mullen. Gets help from Habla. Up ice for Nichols, who just left the puck behind him. Roberts into the zone on the far side. Shot, and that one trickles through. And it's 3-1 Mallards. They couldn't even finish announcing the power play goal. And the Mallards get another. Roberts. Able to sneak one through. Anderson. From a bit of a weird angle. I don't know if that's what threw Anderson off. Either way, this Tauros team now down by a pair, 6:19 to play in the second. Prusek. Prusek shots blocked. Follow-up try. That one's fought off. Ty James from the near point. Down to the far side, Foils. Touched up top, Prusek. Prusek looking for a lane, working on Gordon, who doesn't have a stick. Gives to Ty James. His shot's blocked wide. Nolan up top for Prusek. Prusek back to Ty James. His long shot is gloved and held for a whistle. Offensive zone draw coming for the Tauros, who look a bit stunned. Draw to the left of Connor McKenzie. .50-50 draw, lays in the dot to the near side. Quick shot, fought off by McKenzie. Tauros touch that into the zone. Delayed offside, so they have to back off. Berg rolls it deep. Dawson back on it. Banked out to Knott in neutral. Knott comes across for Ori. Ori has it taken away in neutral. Puck pops up high in the air. Eventually, it's Pierman who throws it into the zone. It gets by Dawson. Dawson and Berg after it. They tie up. Spadaro plays the body. Sidorov comes out with the puck. Touched to Sidorov. He's in, has his stick lifted, and it's going to draw a call. Tauros to the First Western Bank power play. It'll be Jackson Smith connect to the box for the second time. This will be the Tauros' third power play opportunity tonight. They are 0 for 3. Mallards win the draw, however, and the Tauros will have to retreat and retrieve. Mullen back on it. Morelli on the far side, tries to roll it ahead, but it's cut off by Chrisman. The Tauros will retreat and retrieve. Carried ahead, Prusek. Hands off on the far side, Morelli. Morelli forced behind the net. Hooked to the point that the player lost his stick. Cody Campbell wanted that second call, but none coming. Ori. Shot, it's in! Luca Ori pulls the Tauros back within one. With a power play marker. Through a ton of traffic. It was Nolan parked out front. Draw back at center. Palindrome on the clock. 4:04 to play here in period 2. Tauros have cut the lead to 1. Make that Warthogs. Dawson on the far side. Lost the handle. Feed to Berg is taken away. Nemenko. His pass tipped before it got to Wicklund. Wicklund did well to find it and return it. Nemenko lost the handle again. This time it's picked up by Pierman. Pierman ahead on the near side. Missed Berg. It banks in the Tauros zone where Spadaro tries the far side and Ramirez. Dane finds the red. Throws it to the near side corner. Davidson's back on it. Out to neutral where Ty James banks it right back in. Mallards gain the line on the near side. Taken away by Prusek. In neutral eventually. Prusek comes across to James. James from the red line dumps it deep. McKenzie out of his net to stop this. Throws to the near side. It just got by Briggs Connaught. A pinching Sador, or make that a pinching Ty James. Kept alive for the Tauros. Connaught fighting away from Murphy. Puck thrown in front. It doesn't connect with Sadorov. Mullen lets it go for Ty James. And that turned out to be a bad decision. Now it's a 3-on-2 the other way, except for Davidson for the Mallards just chips it. Anderson hands to Ty James. Thrown up the near wall. Mullen gets help from Ori. Eventually it's taken away. Gets thrown deep into the Toro zone. Gordon pursues Ty James. James wins the race. Dropped for Mullen. Taken away by the Mallards. Hoeing in. Backhand try. An easy stop. Good defense by Mullen. Led to that puck just rolling to Anderson for the cover. A minute 50 left to go here in period number 2. Warthogs trail 3-2. Goals from Wickland and Ori, sandwiching goals from Domina, Davidson, and Roberts for the Mallards. All 3 Mallard goals come in this period. They're going to toss Foyles. Rian steps in, wins it back to the corner where Stewart couldn't get free, but eventually the puck sent down the ice. No icing as the goaltender McKenzie started to play. Puck jammed out front. Nolan couldn't get it to the cage. Gordon up ice. Crisscrosses with Hoeing. They try to hit to Laurentis on the way through, but it didn't connect. Nolan dumps this. It rolls to the far side. Gets by Foyles. Gordon hit, but was able to make a pass to De Laurentiis. Nolan plays up the wall. Good read there by Dawson. Dumps it deep. Tauros can finish their change. Behind the net is Smith-Connect. Smith-Connect, pressured by Ori. Final minute of play in period number 2, brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Tauros trail by 1. This is Ori who scored to pull the Tauros within 1. Dive attempt there did not draw a call. As Lucarelli, it's more like a summer Olympic sport than a winter Olympic sport on that. This one carried ahead by Domina. Hands off on the near side. Kuznier returns it to Domina for a shot that goes wide. Far side, Connaught. 20 seconds left for the Tauros. Connaught into the zone with speed, then drops for Ori. Ori has trouble on that far wall. It's flicked ahead. Prusek gloves down to the stick. No, he didn't get the stick on it. It's called a hand pass. With 10 seconds left to go here in period 2. Charles Wilburn asks if it sounds like there's more Mallards or Warthog fans in the building. Gonna go Warthogs, given the proximity. They dig in front of the Toro bench. 5 seconds left as the Mallards come out with it. They dump it to the near corner as Dane Ramirez got dumped. So, 40 minutes in the books. Toros trail 3-2. We'll hear from Presley Davis at ice level with the Farmers Union intermission interview. in a moment. Looking to see where press is. All right. We'll hear from Presley Davis. She's ice level with Mallard's new head coach, Dennis Canfield. Press.
Thanks, Ken. I'm joined with Coach Canfield now. You are up 3-2 right now on the Warthogs. Your first game as head coach. How are you feeling right now?
Well, the boys are really playing with a lot of energy, and I'm obviously losing my voice and stuff like that, but just really proud of them. It's been a long week for these guys, new coaching staff, long bus trip, but I couldn't be more proud of them. They're doing everything we're asking of them, and it's a really good hockey game so far.
Now, I'm not sure if you heard, there's a fan section behind your bench. They were chanting Mallards. What does that mean to you?
Well, it was great. We went into the schools today, had a lot of fun, got a chance to sign a lot of autographs with the kids, and I think our guys beat them in kickball today in a gym class, so they're all here. And it's great to see the kids really supporting everybody here, so go Mallards.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Back to you.
Thank you, Presley. We will send it out to commercial break. When we come back, Olivia will take you through the Farmers Union, the Forebears Casino Lodge Intermission Report after these messages on the Minotauros Network.
In a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
The Forebears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Forebears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Is someone in your life using opioids? Know the signs of an overdose: limp body, slow breathing, or vomiting. Step 1 is to call 911 and give them naloxone. It will reverse an overdose, so it can be used even if you're unsure whether they're overdosing or not. Request a free 2-dose naloxone kit now at hhs.nd.gov/opioids.
A state-of-the-art hospital and medical office building built with you in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Your plan speaks volumes when you're going to have a drink. Be intentional to ensure your safety and the safety of others by keeping just a few things in mind. The first is to look out for your friends and be the designated driver. Even if someone says they're fine doesn't mean they are. Second, incorporate water into your night. Ordering a glass can encourage your friends to take note. Third, be the person your friends trust and say no to the next round. And fourth, lend a hand when your friends have reached their limit. Your plan speaks volumes. Know your drink. Know your limit.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Hey Tauros fans, or should I say Warthogs fans, welcome back to the Four Bears Casino and Lodge intermission report. To start, we are just going to show highlights from the second period, including those Mallards goals. But let's actually just run all of it. So starting with the first period, we had opening the scoring Philip Vulcan on the Warthogs, assisted by Dane Ramirez. You know, there was those 3 penalties in the first period, and so then going into the second period, we saw a lot of physicality right off the bat. We did have an unfortunate 3-goal in a row for the Mallards, and you'll see those here. One of those was a power play goal while Jax Warren sat in the box 2 minutes for holding. That was scored by Davidson, that power play goal right there you saw. And then last Jack Roberts for the Mallards would get that 3rd goal in the second period. We'll see that one right here. Obviously, Tauros need a big comeback, but Luca Ori was able to respond on the power play and get a goal as well, assisted by Prusek, who is new to the roster for Minot, and Riley Mullen, who, you know, has been here for a couple weeks and has been showing up and showing out every single day. Then to touch on some of those out-of-town scores for you guys, you know, the games we're paying close attention to in the Central Division. St. Cloud Norsemen, Bismarck Bobcats. Bismarck is winning 4-1 with about 6 minutes left to go in the second. Watertown and Aberdeen. Aberdeen still winning 1-0 with about 4 minutes left to go in the second. And then Austin and North Iowa just ended the first. Fuji Suzuki getting the 1 goal for North Iowa on that one. Obviously, you know, definitely going to be monitoring those games going into these third periods. Ken will probably be doing some live updates, especially that Aberdeen and Watertown game is huge for our standings, as well as the North Iowa game. You know, definitely need Austin and Aberdeen to come out on top in those tonight. We are going to send it out to a quick break, and then when we get back, we have some more updates on the Olympic content for you guys.
Your plan speaks volumes when you're going to have a drink. Be intentional to ensure your safety and the safety of others by keeping just a few things in mind. The first is to look out for your friends and be the designated driver. Even if someone says they're fine doesn't mean they are. Second, incorporate water into your night. Ordering a glass can encourage your friends to take note. Third, be the person your friends trust and say no to the next round. And fourth, lend a hand when your friends have reached their limit. Your plan speaks volumes. Know your drink. Know your limit.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
At First Command, our advisors are committed to coaching you towards a financial future worthy of your service. We're dedicated to coaching you from the start of your military career to retirement and beyond, at home or during deployment. For when things get tough and when times are good, let us show you how we honor what matters most to you. It's time to get started today.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union.
My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I'm the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union.
I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community.
What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first.
I'll always remember when I first started. I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. I remember just being so shocked and like so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers.
We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever. Kind of brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more. All right, welcome back to that Four Bears Casino and Lodge intermission report. Before we head into the third, obviously the Warthogs need that 1 goal to tie and then 2 goals as of right now to hold that win for tonight. But for now, we are going to show you guys some of the Olympic content. If you didn't get to tune into All Access, we're going to show you guys those clips. The first one we're going to show you guys is the ski jump. We had Schwarz, Davin Nichols, Jax Warren, Riley Mullen, Owen Dawson, and Numenko competing on that, where Schwarz was able to pull off the win. Then we're going to go right into the second one, and in that one, Davin Nichols competed twice for his team, Mac Morelli, Hobbs, Luca Ori, Phil Vilken, and then Ivan Sidorov. So, you know, some different faces you'll see. Each team had 4 guys, so one guy competed twice from every team. So that's why you'll see Davin Nichols in both of these. And then bobsledding just went out today on socials, and that will be on All Access on Tuesday. So for now, go ahead and take a look at the ski jump and then the second one.
So I get 2? All right, here we go.
Okay, so how does that one land what Volvo's did?
Because I'm mad.
So how many points do you get for that?
You know, if I have to like press something when I land.
Yeah, you do. You do?
Press something when you land too, yeah. How do I press it?
You have 2 seconds.
It's not.
All right, man. That was nasty.
It's recording on there.
Turn over. Okay, this does not count. That's the one.
Why'd you press it? Just wait.
Oh, it's perfect though.
Doesn't matter on him.
See how many points you get.
Oh my god. Why am I so good? What is that, 80?
104.
I'm him. How much points?
82. So
continue.
What do I need to beat 140?
186!
Hey!
That's the man right
Let's go, bro. I'm him.
It's go time. This thing's got a turn. Holy scrub. Perfect. Tap the star. It's okay. And you gotta tap into land. What? You have to tap into land. Explaining rules like as I'm done. Because it says it, because like, I don't know. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, you're welcome. Brian, how's it going? I'm never blocking a shot for you again. I'm just gonna let it go in. Oh my god, this will be good. Tap. Tap when you hit the star. This thing is lagging. Better. 68 points total. That's it, that's 2, right?
Yep, you got 68. How do you feel?
Not good. Ty James is the best at this, and he's the man, and he's the best player to ever play any game ever created.
Who is?
Ty James, number 2. Top prospect, Ty James.
I hate Owen Dawson.
Just 68. No, look, right there.
No,
total.
it says
Total.
118.
118. That was his second jump.
I did better in Com 1 and Com 2.
118 total. You got 5th place. Out of
I don't know the timing of the jump. Yeah, we didn't do this
He's
quick.
126.
This is what you did wrong. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's not. Go. There we go.
Is that good? Is that good?
Oh,
no! Oh no!
Oh.
69! Hey.
That's like
Nice.
like 130 something.
61.
Wait,
Quick continue. Quick
69 plus.
Oh, it's the practice one. The first one was practice.
No, you got 134.
No, I got 176.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
How are you feeling?
Okay,
Those test runs?
Wait, he's on a nasty run. Gotta go. Gotta go, Dad. Gotta go.
We're dialed.
Sub 110. Gotta go.
Gotta
Gotta go, Dad.
We're looking good
Go.
here.
Sub 110. Sub 110. Get there. Get there. Get there.
8-second improvement though. Think about that.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm dialed in.
Alright, come on, Alex. Do it. Just skip it. Little high tech. We're really this high tech. Pops, what are you doing?
Try to go like more strategy.
I want.
A little nervous. Pressure's on. This is tough. 116.
Here, be left.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed the first one. Bro. This is me. This is like, what are we doing? Can I skip all of them, Loki? I got a better time. One day I lost $10. Going now. No! Oh!
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Welcome back inside the Rough Rider Center here in Watford City. As we get ready to start period number 3, the Warthogs trail 3-2. will control the opening draw. Puck around to the near side, cannot. Jams that ahead. Back on it is Murphy. Sidorov pressures. He leaves it for Smith Connect. Smith Connect turns away from Cannot. Retreats behind the net. And that's going to draw a trip. Tauros will be shorthanded as Smith Connect stepped on the blade of Cannot's stick and went down. Mallards, who already have one power play goal this evening, will head back to the man advantage. Tauros bring out the Papa John's PK. Mallards control. Far side, Davidson, he had the power play goal. He's holding. He'll bank it up top. Across Gordon. Shot, it's in. Gordon able to pick a spot up high. And the hole is 2 goals once again. 19:22 left in regulation. And the Toro, or make that Warthogs, need to find a way to get back into this one in a hurry. Up ice this goes, bounces into the offensive zone. Davidson turned over in front. Morelli couldn't quite reach it, however. And the Mallards go back on the attack for a shot that's blocked up and out of play. Here's another look at that power play goal. Brought to you by our friends at McKenzie Health. Again, Gordon given a ton of time and space, was able to find the back of the net. Quick shot off the draw, stopped by Anderson, and his net comes free. So the whistle goes, 18:51 left to go. Defensive zone draw. For the Warthogs. More fans checking in on social. Betsy Patterson's in Sacramento, California. Chris Anderson is aboard. And Mackenzie Ray checking in from Fuel and Fast. Who I believe released their Toro player-inspired drinks this week, though I don't know for sure. That rolls on net, and as Morelli arrives to apply pressure, Connor McKenzie decides to hold on. 18:34 left to go here in regulation. Toros need to find a pair. This is near side. Rien throws one on net, save made, rebound behind the net. Rien tackled behind the cage. Cody Campbell just shrugs. Big hit in neutral by Stewart on Gordon. Toros start up ice. Stewart lost it to Accardi, who dumped it deep. Toros back on it. Out to the near side. Rien into the zone. Forced to hit the brakes at the top of the circle. Tries to throw it deep. Mishandled. Nolan trying to get out of the corner. This one sent down the ice. Arm is up. This will go for an icing. Prusek wins the race. Offensive zone draw coming for the Tauros. They'll put it to the right side of McKenzie. Mallards win it. Glass and out on the far side. Wickland trying to poke it free. This is Ramirez into the zone, rolls it to the front. It's cut off, thrown to the near side. Back to the far. Wickland couldn't find the handle. Nemenko tries to return it to him. Touch and go play. They've got Ramirez going to the front. Nemenko tried to roof it over the shoulder. Instead, he roofed it over the glass. Let's send it down to Presley Davis at ice level. She's got an update for us. Press.
Thanks, Ken. Now, the last time the Warthogs and Mallards met up in Watford City, Ty James gave Tauros fans a fight to remember. The 3-year vet had his first ever juniors fight in this building, and in this third period, you could kind of see tempers are starting to flare. Not quite sure if we'll see another Ty James fight in this building, but I do expect some, more kind of physicality in this period. Now back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Press. Yeah, with just 17 minutes and 4 seconds left in this one, I can't imagine Cody Campbell. Shot, it's in! Spadaro took the initial shot. It definitely changed direction. And the Warthogs back within one. They'll say it's Spadaro's goal and went off a Warthog, or a Mallard, I should say. And we're back where the period started, still with 16:59 to play. Tauros right back on the attack. Far corner, Ori. Canot stepped into. Pass ahead and misses Roberts. Spadaro picks it up behind the net. Flipped into the offensive zone. Spino mishandled it, rolls on net for a cover. Sidorov was going hard to the front. Here's another look at that last Toro goal. Spadaro's shot. He waited, and then, it was the defenseman out front, Davidson, that went off his stick and in. Behind the net, Ramirez tied up. He's still able to poke it free for a minute. Stewart pinches down. Nemenko there. Ramirez as well. Ramirez feeds Nemenko. It's poked off his stick to the corner. Gathered up instead by Del Senor. Played to the far side. Nemenko cut it off. Rolled it deep. Del Senor around to the near side. Another shot goes wide to the far side. Wickland plays the body. Delivers a big hit. There's a Mallard down. The Mallards take a run at Wickland. The injured Mallard is Talon Del Senor. Stewart tackled by Christman. So the question is going to be, who's going to end up penalized? There's helmets, gloves everywhere. Stewart and Christman still jousting. Gordon. Wicklund going to the box. He just got jumped. There wasn't going to be a penalty on the initial hit. Right now, Wicklund the only player going to the box. That can't be right. There was no penalty on the initial hit. There was no penalty on the initial hit. The arm stayed down on the ref. 2 Mallards went after Wicklund. It was Christman and Gordon. And then out of everything that broke out, right now it looks like the only player being penalized is Phil Wicklund. If you weren't going to penalize the initial hit, you can't only call the penalty on the guy who got jumped. Cody Campbell is absolutely miffed. And I don't blame him. Again, the referee's arm never went up on the initial hit. Taking a look at I'm looking at the box score here, trying to see if they put the calls in. But yeah, Wicklund, the only player to go to the box, and that's just absurd. The referee was at the end wall. You can see him in the clip. He never raised his hand. Now they are putting a Mallard in the box. Okay. That makes more sense. Ty Gordon going to the box as well. He is the player who jumped Wicklund. The Tauros are still going to be shorthanded, though, which means they're calling an extra penalty on Phil. And if you didn't raise your arm on the initial hit to then go back and call it, so the Tauros will be shorthanded. Berg comes across the near side. Mallards have 2 power play goals in this one. Tauros absolutely need a kill, trailing by 1 with 933 seconds left to go here in regulation. Down low, it's Bauer Murphy. He gives it up to Davidson, touches up top for Bove, comes near side. Touch pass across the ice is off the mark. Murphy comes across the near side. Bove pressured by Connaught, and the puck is cleared. They also put Nemenko in the box. I didn't see that, and I can't see in the penalty boxes from here. Tip play, it's in. Berg with the 3rd power play goal of the evening for the Mallards. And the Tauros are back down by 2. Another look at that last goal. So the Tauros will be back to full strength. But they're down 2 with 14:56 to play. Mallards win the draw. Dumped cross corner into the Tauros zone. Roberts laying on the ice. Physicality picking up as 2 Mallards took runs at Ori. Puck chipped to the near side. Christman makes a move on Connaught, looks far side. Shot. That one trickles through as well. And it is 6-3. Now we're going to see a goalie change. Brian Cook just got up and went down the hall to grab his mask. Here comes Cookie. 14:32 left, and the Tauros in a 3-goal hole. Another look at the goal that ends Anderson's night. A nice play by Christman on the wall. And he finds a player on the weak side of that who's able to muscle one through Anderson and end his night. So the Tauros down 3. And now they're tossing Habla from the draw. Nichols forces it ahead, but Christman gathers. Given up to the far side. They'll say it was tipped, so no icing. Tauros, no one played the puck. That allows the Mallards to take over. The 3 Tauros just stood there and looked at it. Christman to the far side. Picked up by Bove. Bove turning back down the wall. Ty James trying to poke it free. Jammed up the far side. There's a Mallard down in front of Cook. Eventually the shot is soaked up by Cook. The fallen Mallard was Wes Berg. That will not draw a call. 14:01 to play. The Tauros are down 3. A draw to the right of Cookie. Cook on the season, 10-6-1, a 3.131 goals against average and a .904 save percentage. Puck to the near side. Mullen rings it to the far. Tauros poke it along. This is Stewart. Stewart into the zone on the near side. Shot save made, no rebound given, with Rien laying on the back post, just waiting to hammer one home. 13:36 to go. Tauros need to find 3. Draw will be to the right of McKenzie. Foils and Lucarelli. Lucarelli wins it back, plays to Murphy. Far side, that was well short of center. This will go for an icing as Stewart wins the race. Sador offline, back over the wall. Draw will be to the near side. It's the blocker side of McKenzie. Sidorov up top. Warren looking for a lane. Shot save made. Rebound controlled by the Mallards. Shots were 25-22 through the first 40 minutes. We don't get live shot updates here in Watford until the end of the period either. This is Spadaro. Big collision on the near side. Cannot. Rolls it ahead. Mallards get that out to neutral. Ori and Bauer. Murphy jousting behind the play. Another shot. Save made by Cook. Follow-up try. That's stopped as well. Tauros chip this ahead. Prusek wins the race to it. Tries to get it to the front. It hits a skate and caroms with the near side wall. Prusek picks it up. Prusek. Long shot goes wide. Spino to the far side. Ty James plays down the wall but couldn't get to it. Pressure by Ramirez, a big hit. The puck's out to neutral. Prusek gives to James. James into the middle and then dumps it deep. McKenzie guides it to the near side. Hoeing has trouble on the far side. Pressure from Wicklund. Nemenko pressuring on the near side. Hands the puck to Ramirez. Ramirez trying to walk out from behind. Gets poke checked by the goaltender. Nemenko bumped down hard. Wicklund Working along the wall. Watson steps in. 11.5 to play. Banked to the near point. Across Ty James. Long shot goes wide. Rebound checks up on the apron and the whistle goes. 11:21 here in regulation. If you were playing the forebears over-unders, total combined penalty minutes 18.5. The number is currently 18. We're well over 5.5 goals scored. Lead changes was 1.5. We've had one. The Tauros led first. The Mallards took the lead and have not given it back. Obviously, if you're cheering for the Cardinal and Cream, you'd like to see that go over as well. Near side, poked ahead. Tauros take it back. Morelli plays to the middle. It's cut off by an alert Davidson and then flipped to the right of Cook. He gives to Mullen. Mullen rings it to the near side. Dumped in on net. And now we're going to have more pushing and shoving. Chrisman coming at Habla. Big tough guy. Picks probably the smallest Toro to go after. A lot of jawing going on. They're going to take Chrisman, but they're also going to take Davin Nichols, so the Toros won't get a power play out of this. 10:49. Matching roughs, 4-on-4. Aberdeen and Watertown are aces, starting the third. Mid-second, North Iowa's up on Austin. So the Toros not really getting the help they were hoping for tonight, and not helping themselves either. Down 6-3 here in Watford City. Puck in neutral, we're 4 aside. Carried in, Stewart trying to drive the net, tripped down. A backhander is stopped and Stewart crashes into the end wall. Carried ahead by Del Senor. He tries to go between his own legs. Cook fights it off. Nemenko picks it up on the far side. Nemenko ahead for Stewart. Stewart, good hip check by Ty Gordon. Puck down low for Nolan. Nolan puts it out front. Shot doesn't go. Follow-up try stopped as well. Nemenko along the end wall, still holds possession. Gives to Stewart, who can't dance through. Toros back into the zone. This is Ori. Ori looking for help. Shot goes through the blue paint. Back to Ori. He couldn't find the handle. Back out to neutral. Ty James cuts it off. Ty James pulled down by a pair of Mallards. Then pokes the puck to the front. Didn't connect with anyone. Ori takes this away. Toros back on the attack. Shot by Ty James. Doesn't go, and Ori's rebound attempt jammed into the leg pad of the goaltender McKenzie. Canot working along the end wall. He's tied up. Ty James pinches down. Far side Hoeing gathers. Murphy gets through foils, but then lost the handle. Murphy is Both teams get their player back from the penalty box. Big hit by Nichols, but there's only 8:42 left, and the Tauros are down 3. Long shot blocked off the glass, and then Karam's up and out of play. Media timeout. We'll take 1-2 when we come back. The rest of regulation, Tauros trailing 6-3 with 8:33 to play here on the Minotauros Network.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Your plan speaks volumes when you're going to have a drink. Be intentional to ensure your safety and the safety of others by keeping just a few things in mind. The first is to look out for your friends and be the designated driver. Even if someone says they're fine doesn't mean they are. Second, incorporate water into your night. Ordering a glass can encourage your friends to take note. Third, be the person your friends trust and say no to the next round. And fourth, lend a hand when your friends have reached their limit. Your plan speaks volumes. Know your drink. Know your limit.
Welcome back inside the Rough Riders Center. I forgot my Teddy Roosevelt pin. It's probably something I haven't talked a lot about on the air. I collect presidential campaign pins. I have a actual pin from when Teddy Roosevelt ran for president. I usually wear it when we come out here to the Rough Riders Center. And I forgot it this trip. This puck rung to the far side. Mallards control, long shot, stopped by Cook. Spadaro. Banks up the far wall. Nolan gets through. Hands to Ryan. Ryan, shot save made. Rebound loose in front. They scrum for it. And somehow the goaltender found it with his blocker hand in all those bodies. Before the Tauros could poke it through. Of course, Watford City just on the edge of Theodore Roosevelt National Park, hence the Rough Riders Center here. Several Roosevelt-themed hotels and other attractions here in the area. Mallards control, far side. That puck stays in the zone. Touch to the near side for Ramirez. Another good keep, this time by Stewart. He tries to pull the trigger on a shot, but a good stick by De Laurentiis takes it away. De Laurentiis chips for Gordon. Tauros break that up. It bounces towards the net, and Mullen put into the end wall hard. This is Ramirez into the zone. Puck rolled deep. De Laurentiis on it. Vickland after him. Bumps him down, frees it up, but it's Gordon on the near side who finds it. Glass and out for the Mallards. Picked up by Prusek. Prusek tries a shot that's gloved and held by McKenzie. 7:20 left to go here in Watford City. Tauros need to find 3. Presley, you heard me talking about Teddy Roosevelt. You've got something?
Yeah, I'm very curious as to how you got started in collecting presidential campaign pins. That's kind of one of a kind almost.
It was actually something my grandfather started, and his collection was passed down to me, and I didn't go hunt most of these older ones down. They've been things my grandfather had that when he passed away and all the way back in '94 became mine, and I've added to it over the years, mostly with presidential elections that have taken place in my lifetime, but every now and again come across an older one. This is touched into the zone. Nolan going after it. One of my Cook cheating to the hash marks, but yeah, Press, my One of my many minors in undergrad was history. There's a big hit. That'll draw a call. The Toros will go to the power play. That'll keep Cook on the ice for a couple of minutes. Yeah, big fan of history, especially American history, and got 30-something different presidential campaign pins, not just for guys who won either. Toros to the First Western Bank power play. Are they using their timeout, or Toros just taking their time? Nemenko, Sidorov, Wickland, Stewart, and James. Toros have allowed 3 power play goals against tonight. They have one themselves. They need another here. Ty James up top on the far point. Sweeps near point Stewart. Stewart gives it back to Ty James. They're playing catch along the top. Nemenko drops it down to Sidorov. Sidorov gives to Ty James. Has Nemenko going back post, but the pass was blocked and cleared. Toros trying to use movement to open up space. Far side tipped into the zone by Nemenko. Can he chase it down himself? He can. He tries to move it to the near side in Stewart, but it's blocked off. Toros working down low. They come out with it. Sidorov up top for Ty James. James comes to Stewart. Stewart, long shot, gloved and held. No rebound given by McKenzie. Press, do I still have you? So we've heard about my collection. Anything that you collect? Any weird Presley Davis trivia we can add? We know you knit. We've talked about that on the air before.
Can you repeat the question again?
And do you have any collections or anything along those lines?
I collect old cameras.
Okay.
Kobe just gave me the craziest look ever. I go antiquing with my dad when I go home, and so I don't really know what started it. I just kind of bought a camera, and ever since then, every time we go antiquing, that's the thing we're looking for, is a camera that I don't have, which over the years it's gotten really hard to find one that I don't have yet.
Have you gone to the store in downtown Minot? There's a long shot blocked out front.
Yes, when my parents were in town, we made sure to hit that one up and go antiquing for a little bit before our Friday game, and it was a lot of fun.
I got my wife also collects old cameras. Didn't know that about you. Her of course, her degree is digital photography. But yeah, she collects old cameras as well, and I found a few at the antique store in downtown Minot on Main Street. Meanwhile, this is Ramirez poked free. Wickland hands to Nemenko. Nemenko to the corner. Trying to get to the front and Ramirez, but it didn't connect, and now the Toros have to chase again. Mallards come full strength. Toro net is empty. Cook to the bench. 6 attackers on. 4:19 left here in this one. Toros down 3. Stewart's shot is soaked up by McKenzie.
You know, my dad is going to be so mad that I'm telling this story on air, but there was one time we were antiquing at this flea market, and there was a camera. We haven't found it to this day, and, you know, he was trying to negotiate with the guy, and he was playing hardball, and my dad's like, all right, we don't want it that bad, and after we left, he was like, yeah, I probably should have gotten it, and ever since then, he is always looking for that one, and every time we find a camera, he just is reminded of the one that he should have gotten, and he's probably just shaking his head right now hearing this.
Draw to the left of McKenzie. Puck thrown ahead. This is Mullen back on it. Again, Toro net empty. Mullen looking up ice. Cannot touches it into the zone. It'll carry him to the far corner. Mallards there first. Puck thrown up the wall into the Toro bench. It was tipped, but the draw will stay in the offensive zone for the Toros. 3:59 left here in regulation. Toros down 3. Nolan, Ori, Morelli, Knott, Mullen, and Prusek on the ice for the Toros. Mallards win the draw back, however. Roberts throws ahead. Ori gloves down to the stick, throws it to the corner for Knott. Knott keeps it moving. Nolan couldn't quite stop it. Ori back to the near point. Mullen has trouble, but he was able to bank it back down to Ori. Ori trying to get it to the middle. It's broken up. And then Karam's out to neutral. Prusek touches it into the zone. Tauros have to touch up, and now they can pursue. Long shot for the empty net goes wide, and the puck checks up on the back of the net. Prusek wins the race for icing, but only 3:31 to go, and the Tauros need 3. Nemenko, Sidorov, Wickland, Ty James, and Stewart. And then Dane Ramirez stays on the ice. Nemenko on the draw against De Laurentiis. Nemenko wins it cleanly back. Stewart looks for Ty James. James back to the near side and Stewart. Stewart thinks about it. Shot blocked out front. Poked in behind the net. Tauros on it there. Nemenko trying to roll it to the front. It doesn't connect with Ramirez. Chopped to the far side half wall. Ty James has to activate. And it's thrown out to neutral. It hits the linesman, so it won't go far enough for icing. Stewart quickly up for Ramirez. Ramirez into the zone on the near side. Wickland digging along the boards. Nemenko there as well. It's jammed in the middle and just softly out to neutral. Smart play there by Davidson. Ty James back on it. Comes across for Stewart. Up ice Wickland. Wickland turning at the red line. Hit hard in front of the Mallard bench. Tauros do not get away with the hand pass. The whistle goes. 2:44 left to go here in the third, and the Tauros trail by 3. Aberdeen has taken a 2-1 lead in the third there, but North Iowa is up 3-0 on Austin. That game is in North Iowa. Tauros win the draw back. Mullen back on it. Dumped in by Knott. McKenzie out of his net to play. Leaves it to the near side. Bove can't clear it past Prusek, and now they dig along the wall. Pierman comes out with the puck. He'll reverse to the far side, look for the empty net, but Mullen playing center field, able to stop it. Mullen up ice for Ori. Ori flips it into the zone on the near side. Hacked at. Thrown up the wall. Ori keeps it. Down the boards for a moment. Pierman spins it ahead. Nolan, who's forced out to neutral. Nolan did not tip that, but the goaltender came out to play. Morelli takes it away. Morelli had Ori going to the front. Instead, it's Ty James at the point. Knott. Tauros need to get things towards the net. Ty James tries a shot. It's blocked. Knott hammers one home. Tauros are not dead yet. Minute 35 left. This one, you see Ty James with the initial shot. He'll get the assist. It was blocked right to Knott, who followed it up. A good screen in front. McKenzie never saw it. Tauros net stays empty. A minute 35 left. .93 seconds left. It's up ice for Nemenko. He touches it into the zone. Bauer Murphy back on it. Nemenko takes him into the end wall. Puck moved along the boards. De Laurentiis cuts it off. Sidorov blocks him off, though. Mallards find it. Shot for the empty net. Goes wide. Arm is up. This goes for icing. Icing's brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. Minute 15. Tauros still down 2. Tauros are going to take their time out so that they can keep this group out on the ice. 10 goals in this one. 1 in the first period. It belonged to Phil Wicklund. That seems like forever ago. Mallards controlled the second period. Domina, Davidson, and Roberts with 3 for the Mallards. Luca Ori scored 1 late in the period to get the Tauros back within 1, but Ty Gordon restored the 2-goal lead on an early power play marker in the third. Anthony Spadaro answered back, but then Wes Berg on the power play again extended the lead to 2. The lead became 3 when Louis Makojak scored to make it 6-3, but now Briggs Knott, his 6th of the year. Just 20 seconds ago, pulls the Tauros back within 2. With a minute 15 to play. Nemenko wins the draw back. Stewart across for Ty James. James flips it down to the side of the net. Out front. Tauros hack at it. It rolls in behind the net. Nemenko frees it up. Fans on a pass. Now he plays up top for Ty James. Ty comes across for Stewart. Stewart walks in. Wires. Save made. Rebound to the side of the cage. They hack at it. Mallards find it. Tauros close it off on the wall. Was Ty James. Comes across for Ori. Ori's shot. Save made. Cannot. Carries the rebound in behind. Tauros can't get it to the front. They had McKenzie beaten. They just couldn't get the puck to the cage. He was down and out. Stewart gets help from Wicklund into the zone. Tries to feed it through for Nemenko. Taken away by the Mallards. Banked out to neutral. Just 25 seconds. Arm is up. Will this go for icing? They wave it off, so the Tauros have to play. That should do it. Just 17 seconds now. It's taken away. Tauros have no time as that's sent ahead, touched in. It'll roll on net. And with just 9 seconds left, the Mallards will play it. Wicklund cuts it off on the wall. Banked out to neutral, and that'll bring the horn. Dennis Canfield takes over the Mallards this week and gets a win in his first game as head coach. The Tauros fall 6-4. We will send you out to a commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up with the Farmers Union postgame show.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Circle Senate.
Welcome back inside the Rough Rider Center here in Watford City, North Dakota, where the Warthogs fall by a score of 6-4. 10 goals in this one. Let's take a look. In the first period, it was Phil Wicklund who opened the scoring. "11 minutes and 7 seconds in from Dane Ramirez. That was the only goal in the first. Then the floodgates opened. 3 for the Mallards to start the second. Michael Domina unassisted, his first of the year. Deke Davidson, his first of the year from Ty Gordon and Drew Bove. And Jack Roberts, his first of the year. There's the Davidson goal on the power play. And then moments later, the Mallards would get this Roberts goal that just snuck through Anderson. Luca Ori would get the Tauros back in it. 15:55 into the period with a nice shot through a screen there. And that would have it be 3-2 after 2. But 38 seconds into the third, Ty Gordon on the power play from Bauer Murphy picked a spot on Anderson, and that restored the 2-goal lead. 2 minutes and 22 seconds later, Spadaro would get the Tauros on the board with a nice shot of his own that deflected off a Mallards defenseman. But Wes Berg, again with the Mallards on the power play, would fire one in to restore that 2-goal lead. Then Lewis Mahojak, his first of the year, a theme among many of the Mallard scorers tonight, would push it to 6-3. The Tauros would get a desperation time goal from Briggs Connaught off of a Ty James blocked shot. That would give the Tauros some hope and pull them within 2. But it wasn't enough. Tauros couldn't get a 5th or 6th to find the equalizer, and a frustrating loss for the Tauros that will be made even more frustrating if things continue in the direction they're headed tonight outside of North Dakota. North Iowa is now up 3-0 on Austin, and the Shamrocks have come back and tied that game with under 5 minutes to play. If they can hold on and get at least a point there, the Tauros' path to the playoffs gets even harder. But actually, I almost forgot, we have to check in on our winners. Forebears over unders, penalty minutes 18.5, that goes under. Goals scored 5.5, that goes over. Lead changes 1.5, that goes under as well. Let's see if we have any winners. We do. It'll be Terry Thiel. Terry Thiel, you pick up your Forebears Stay and Play package at the Tauros' next home games, which are the next 3 weekends. And then, what is the McDonald's Tauros trivia question is, what is the Tauros record for most points in a game by a Toro? 53.3% of you had the correct answer. It is 6 points. 6 points. Keenan Lund, back on January 12th of 2019, had a hat trick and 3 assists. Tonight's winner, Sonia Neubauer, gets the free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's. But that'll do it for us here at the Rough Rider Center. We're back at it tomorrow night as the Warthogs look to salvage a split for Olivia Tosto, Presley Davis, Sebastian Machado, Edward Neiman, and Grace Sandy, along with Kobe Brault. I am Ken Oda, hoping you enjoyed the broadcast in spite of the outcome. We'll talk to you tomorrow night at about 6:50 with the Farmers Union pregame show.